Yesterday, I came across a reel that said dating is a numbers game. And if you want to find the right person, you have to date more people and not to be lazy about and you just go and date until you find someone who is right for you. Let me disagree with that. And here's why. I lived in India and the culture in India is integrated with astrology. For example, if you look at Hinduism, if you go to a Hindu temple and you want to talk with a priest that is there, Panditji, you tell him, Panditji, tell me, when do you think I have high chances for me to get married? He's going to take off his phone and he's going to start making calculations based on your date of birth. And he's going to give you with a very good accuracy when it is likely for you to get married. Now, it's going to tell you, okay, you might get married in 2025. Let's say, for example. But okay, Panditi, but if I get married in 2025, as I'm not going for arranged marriage, as I'm European, when it is the likelihood for me to meet that person so I can get married in 2025? And Panditji is going to look at your chart and is going to look at the transits that are happening or that have good aspects to your natal chart. And he's going to tell you, okay, you are going to meet him around 2024 maybe. But anyhow, let's say you are in 2020 now, but anyhow, you go out there and try. But you don't have that good transits. Because here, what's happening? In order for you to meet someone that matches your values, this is very important. And as well, it's a long-term potential and matches also your Venus, the way you love. So it's like really a good match. Sometimes this kind of transits, you have them in once in 5, 6, 7, 10 years, maybe even 12 years. That's why it is very less likely you are going to meet them by going from person to person. And as well, if you look at the most impactful things that came to your life, like when it comes to dating, because this is a luck game, right? Did you really, when you had really good relationships, long-term relationships, did you really get those people just by going from one person to one person? Or did it just suddenly appeared, someone introduced you, a synchronicity, something happened that, and you just end up with that person. If you want to find someone, you cannot go and date 100 people. If you have bad transits, dating 100 people, that means that the likelihood of you meeting someone who is unsuitable for you, it is very high. But if you have good transits, then go out there and date. And I'm telling you, you will not need 100 people to date because it's going to happen quite pretty fast. Dating is not a numbers game. As well, if you are looking just to get pleasure out of relationships like short-term datings, hookups, this is karmically, this is not very good, because if you have a good chart, your chart is wonderful, and in your chart is saying that you are going to get a fabulous person and you are going to get it easily, then hookups will not affect you in the quality of the long-term relationship you want. But most of us don't have that kind of charts for that show great relationships. Our charts shows that you have to develop, you have to get good karma first in order to get that good relationship. So if you have a chart that doesn't support good relationships and thinking that you are going to go date of their 100 people or hook up with 100 people and maybe the one that fulfills it the most, you are going to say yes to them, the likelihood of you getting the right person, it is unlikely. You might get a relationship, yes. Would it be the right one? No. Would you get paid for it? Yes. If you have a challenging chart in relationships, dating 100 people is not going to make it better. Using people for your pleasure is not going to make it better. It's just going to add to the karma, the negative karma that you are going to incur, and it's very less likely you are going to find a fulfilling relationship. But if you hold on, you don't date until you find the right person, you have self-control. Although you want it badly, you have self-control and you wait and you develop yourself. You understand why relationships in the past didn't work. Then the likelihood of you getting a reward and getting the right person, it is very high. So the conclusion is, don't date 100 people if you want to find the right person. Just maybe check your chart. If you don't know about astrology now, AI can help you with that. Make sure you check different AIs because sometimes they give inaccurate information, and find out when you have good transits. If you have good transits, put yourself out there. If you don't have good transits, just let it be. Don't chase. If you are meant to be with the right person, and if in your destiny it's written that you are going to have a fulfilling marriage and you are worthy astrologically, karmically, of a good relationship, then it's going to find you. You don't need to chase, and you don't need to try 100 people to make that happen. Just, it'll happen. Trust me, it'll happen. So stop chasing things, stop chasing relationships as well. If everything around you is going badly, like if your career is not the way it should be, or your life is not the way it should be, nothing around you is not the way it should be, and you go out there and try to find a relationship that this might fulfill you more, psychologically also it says that if you are in this state of mind, you cannot attract something that is good, something that could fulfill you. And astrologically, if you are in a bad phase of life, the likelihood of you finding a quality relationship, it is very less likely, unless you have very good transits on the relationship front, and then you have very bad transits in all other areas, but this is very less likely. So don't chase 100 people. Don't take this bad advice from people. Don't take this bad advice. Just develop yourself, develop into the best person you can be. Try to become the person who other people would love to have a relationship with, and you are going to attract the right person, astrologically, karmically, and psychologically. Hi, Alexandra. See you tomorrow.